You know, sometimes they say the bathroom is kind of like, it's a no-go zone. It's the poopy pee-pee place. It's base humor. It's body humor. And to that I say,
can you tell what I want? Can you hear it in my talk? I'm barely cool, barely cool, barely cool, barely cool. Can't you see in my eyes? It should come as no surprise. I'm barely cool, barely cool, barely cool. They're barely cool, they're barely, barely cool. They're barely cool.
welcome back to the Barely Cool podcast. We're in my bathroom. Well, what the flip is that? Sorry, my hair is weird. We're in the bathroom, namely the toilet. And I thought this would be a fun idea. You might be thinking, oh, Judah, where's Ben? I told you. He's mad at me, or whatever. Which one of you took a and didn't flush? It's disgusting. What EFFIN one is? It's disgusting. What else? What else is bathroom stuff? How can I blow all this content in like 2 seconds? Sitting on the toilet. Sitting on the toilet. That's the other great meme. Great toilet meme from Your. You guys remember the? You guys remember Your? You guys remember when me? You guys remember Your? You guys remember back when things were good? Back Your. Yonder. Gotta go Yonder. I mean Your. Yonder was way better back Your. That's not right. That's not a word. Your. Am I thinking lore? I don't know. Who cares? Not that there's a couple. There's really arguably two great toilet memes. Sitting on the toilet, classic. It's one of those if you know, you know type things. You kind of had to be there, and then you've got EFFIN one is it's disgusting. That's a good one. I'm trying to think. Is there other great toilet humor? I guess there was that. I think it was a Vine. Maybe it's TikTok, or it's like the toilet smoking. And then you set up, you freaking epically prank your bros. You freaking prank them, or your mom, or it's like, the toilet smoking. And then they run in and they take the toilet paper rolls and they set it up like eyes on the tank, and then they put the empty roll like in the thing, so it looks like the toilet's having a freaking dart, bud. Freaking dart, or maybe even like a. Ooh. But, one of them Marley cigarettes, one of those Marley Marlboros, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Gosh, I should have gotten into Foley. Work. So anyway, that's kind of all the toilet stuff, poop stuff. I mean, the pee pee poo poo stuff. You had the great Joker impression. But not every pee pee time is poo poo time. Lay off, man. Joker's freaking sick. Yeah, man, we're in the toilet. We're in the bathroom. Not in the... in the loo, as they say. Over yonder. Gosh, we brought back Yonder. 5 minutes in. 4 minutes in. Brought back Yonder. Call back. Hey, sorry, can I call you back? Yonder. Oh, boy. Yeah. No, Ben, just me. And, you know, we've done a toilet episode before with the dose of us. We've actually done a few podcasts in a bathroom. We did the mall bathroom. We just did another bathroom at the beginning of season 4. And we did a bath one. I thought about doing a shower. I thought that'd be kind of funny, but you wouldn't be able to hear me at all. I had a couple other ideas, you know, rolling around up here in the old noggin. And I mean, literally, I don't, like, sometimes it's like I don't even, like, freaking, it's like, where's this stuff coming from? Like, what's even in my brain right now? Yeah, so I thought a toilet episode would be funny because without Ben, this podcast is in the toilet. Without Ben, this podcast is in the toilet. Without Ben, it's like this toilet's. Without Ben, this toilet is the podcast, and this episode is. Oh, that's gonna break. Without Ben, this episode is like a freaking flush. Is that gross that I just held my mic up to the toilet? I mean, the seat's closed. I'm wearing clothes. I'm fully dressed. I guess that helps context wise. I'm not just sitting here actually pooping. That would be gross. That'd be gross, you guys. I guess it is gross in general. Some people are like, you know, weird about the bathroom. Poop particles. There's poop particles. Not if you close the lid before you flush. Right? Am I wrong? Am I crazy? I mean, I know there's like ambient poop particles, but there's poop particles every time somebody takes a freaking blows out a little airy steamer. You know? Anytime someone lets the old downtown foghorn go, it's like there's poop particles with that. That's what the fart be. Poop particles. Farts be freaking poop particles. Poop particles in the freaking air. Gosh dang it, man. This seat is like... It's not gonna hold. Freaking poop particles in the air. That's what the fart be. Fart be poop particles. That's what they don't want you to know. Yeah, what's been going on in the world? I don't know. Not good stuff. I won't even get into it. This episode's going to be timeless and evergreen. You're going to be able to watch this and go, wow, he's right. Not good stuff is going on in the world. Newsflash, idiot. Not good stuff happens all the time. That's evergreen. Not good stuff. That could be tomorrow's headline. Not good stuff. Hey, guess what? You wake up in the morning, you put on your little house coat that's a little too short. Neighbors don't love it, you know. You brew the coffee, you put on your little bunny slippers, you do a big wake up to go get the paper. You're a little early. Dunk! Paper hits you in the side of the head. You little local boy. You know, little Billy Winters hits you in the side of the head with the Sunday paper, and you open you undo the, you know, not undo, it's not tied up, it's a rubber band. It's not 1950. You unroll the rubber band off the newspaper, and oh, would you look at that? What's the headline say? Not good stuff. Get extra, not good stuff. This episode could have been recorded at any time. This episode could have been recorded in, heck, even June of 2025. Could have been recorded in April. Could have been recorded right today, February 2nd. You can tell it's February 2nd because I'm wearing a hoodie. If you're watching on YouTube or watching on the video content of Spotify, or maybe you're just listening. For all of you audio listeners out there, picture me in a hoodie, and oh, is it on me. Not good stuff. That's what's happening in the freaking world today, you guys. Not good stuff. Some good. That's the headline, actually. Not good stuff. Some good. Some good if you look for it. Some good if you see the human condition as you know, we're all in this together, and you know, maybe we could just hold hands and get through this together, you know, because we're all human. Not good stuff, some good. Some good. You know, if you choose to see it, choose to, you know, wake up and I don't know, maybe put a freaking smile on that freaking face. And maybe life ain't so bad after all. Maybe it's not about what mommy said growing up. Maybe it's not about what mommy said growing up. Maybe heck, maybe there are some good folk in the world, and we can just kumbaya, my lord. You know, maybe we not good stuff. Some good, some good stuff. You know, fresh baked chocolate chip cookies, wafting out of the freaking oven. You know, helping your friend move for a gold case of Molson Canadian. But you don't even take them because you're just there to help a friend. Some good stuff, some good. You know, or maybe it's tossing old Toonie at that haggard bum down on the corner. Some good. Sorry, I'm towing the line of satire. You know, at what point is you know, that whole criticism of satire, at what point is what I'm saying indistinguishable from satire or just a genuine opinion? So then, you know, what I'm adding is actually, I'm not adding any sort of commentary of my own interlaced through the irony of satire, and perhaps maybe I'm actually just contributing to a larger problem, you know, irony in general, where what I'm doing is I'm kind of mocking, you know, I'm sort of mocking the idea of optimism in a way, and I'm sort of mocking the idea of sort of this blind optimism in the world, despite the fact that my true feelings inside really do sort of betray a bent towards optimism and humanity in general, and the idea of all humans, you know, sort of having an intrinsic value, but instead the satire I'm doing is sort of kind of indistinguishable from some of the black-pilled stuff you'd see on the internet, where it's sort of like, you know, what's the freaking point? So, gosh, I gotta get on Rogan. Tony, can you put me on the podcast, please? Put my name under your freaking bucket, please, Tony. Can you imagine the point in my life that I would have to get to where I'm actually, like, striving to be a bucket pull on Kill Tony? Yikes. No bueno. Can you imagine? That I hit a point in my life where for what I desire to become, something that I'm actually aiming for, is the approval of one Tony Hinchcliffe. Dude, you gotta be careful in the freaking mothership, dude. You gotta be careful. Sorry. Who cares? I'm some schmuck from Canada. I would say, well, first off, I would say this, which is, if this ever ended up on like a reaction of Joe Rogan or Tony Hinchcliffe, and they took offense at the things that I'm saying, first off, who cares? And second, obviously, it's never going to make it there because I'm some schmuck. Right? The doy, to even suggest such a thing would be stupid. It's stupid what you've said to even suggest. Doesn't make any sense. It's dumb. Stupid even. Guys, this podcast is for the birds. No, man. That's the episode. It's just me sitting here, sitting on the toilet. Oh, dude, bring it back. Sitting on the toilet. Sitting on the toilet. Not enough. I don't know. Maybe we could, you know, what constantly asking, what would Weird Al do if he were me? What would I do if I were Weird Al? I'm sitting here on this toilet, and I'm thinking, what's a fun hit song, that's evergreen? What's a fun hit song that's like kind of in right now, but like assuredly will always be in, maybe like in the top 40, top 100 Billboard, maybe like a Call Me Maybe. And so you're thinking, you're Weird Al, right? You got your curly hair. Maybe you're playing an accordion. How do you make this funny? Well, buddy, give me sorry, not buddy. We're not quite on that level yet. I think we could get there, Mr. Weird. But personally, I think that, or would you prefer Al, Mr. Al? I think that we could eventually get to that level. But anyway, let me pitch this to you just real quick, and I'll get out of this elevator for you. Call Me Maybe. Okay. Carly Rae Jepsen. And this is loopy, but here's my paper, and call me Poopy. I don't know, just kind of like a fun bathroom, sort of poopy humor. So again, like I'm kind of going off that bass humor, kind of a little bit body, and a little blue, and I think that's kind of like it's kind of coming back. We're kind of pushing back against political correctness, and so I'm kind of trying to push boundaries a little bit with Call Me Poopy. So anyways, Mr. Al, please give me a call back. Again, this is Judah. You probably got my other 37 messages, and I'm just hoping to hear back from you soon, Mr. Al Yankovic. Weird, Mr. Al, Mr. Weird Al. Let me try again. Hey, Mr. Al, this is Judah calling. I don't know if you got my other messages. I just had a great idea for a new hit song. It's, a little band. You may have heard of them. A little thing called One Direction. And, I'm thinking like, you don't know you're beautiful. You don't know your diaper's full. It's actually, wait, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of good. You don't know your diaper's full. It's like to a baby. Like to a freaking little baby who's crying. Wait a sec. That's actually something, I think. And I know that I'm still doing the like smirk where I'm like, is he in character? But there is a genuine part of me that's like, that's kind of crazy. I got surprised myself with it. I was going to say, you don't know you're poopy full, and just go and do that, and keep this nothing train freaking ripping down the tracks. I'm shoveling nothing into the furnace. I'm shoveling just dead coal that doesn't even supply energy into the furnace of this nothing train of a bit that I'm sending down the tracks towards your ears. Nothing train. But then, I surprised myself because I was going to do, you don't know your poopy full, and then I said, you don't know your diaper's full. Kind of a sick little track. I think Weird Al should do perhaps a record aimed at children and babies, and and maybe for young parents, and they can listen along like, oh, I remember that song One Direction. I was a big Louis fan. Underrated, if you ask me. Underrated. Everyone was like, obviously Harry was up there. I never really understood the Liam fans, sorry, R.I.P. But, Niall I got. Something a little special about Mr. Niall. Oh, Niall Oren. Irish. I should get shot for that. That was bad. I never understood the Liam. I understand the Harry, heartthrob, of course. Zayn, kind of. Here's the thing. And again, R.I.P. But, Liam kind of presented. I don't know if this was always the case. I wasn't super into the whole Liam thing. But later in life, he sort of was trying to rebrand as the bad boy. But we all knew Zayn was the bad boy. We all knew that. But Louis, he was kind of like the Ringo, right? Like, he's kind of a little quirky, zany, but he's got So I was kind of Team Louis always, and this could be good. I haven't deviated from the bit. We're still on, or the pitch rather, not really a bit, because I'm dead serious about this, and I'm willing to stake my life on this. But maybe if you could do, a parody album for babies or new parents, for all of those Louis stands out there, or I remember Louis. I was a big Louis. I was a hairy head or whatever. My head was hairy. It's always been hairy. I didn't understand how I grew up that far. But so then you could release the track "You Don't Know Your Diaper's Full." Anyway, Mr. Al, I don't know if you got my other 38 messages. Give me a call back. It's Judah, your best friend. All right, we got to take an intermission, folks, because I'm just banging out bit after bit after bit. Freaking fastest freaking gun in the West, Billy the friggin' Kid. I need water. Okay. Be freaking real, dude. Be freaking real. It's not just all about bits. Sometimes it's about the geopolitical tension in the world. For real. Seriously, people care about your opinion on this. Seriously. Nothing good. Something good. When you really look for it. I'm good. Maybe you just tip a little bit more to the waitress every once in a while. Maybe you just give the waitress a little bit extra of a tip. Maybe you tip $50 on a bill that's only $12, and you just write a little positive message. You go, girl. And you film it for your YouTube channel so you can tell people how there's still some good in the world. Maybe you do that. Maybe you put a little $100 tip on the meal and you only paid $6. And then you have 6 different camera angles filming it so that you could post it to YouTube. After you leave the restaurant, you see her reaction. She picks up the bill and goes, she looks around the restaurant and she where do you, oh, tears up a little bit. That was my guardian angel. Yeah, joke's on you, Sarah. Okay. I give you $100 and I just posted that to freaking YouTube and got 11 mil views. I made thousands. Yeah. You think that meant something to me? It did. Dollar signs in my freaking eyeballs. Yeah. Surgically implanted. For real. Practically tattooed on my freaking cornea, those dollar signs are. Gold tooth? No. Gold teeth. All of them. You think that $100 bill meant something to me, Sarah? Yeah. It meant a fat paycheck from YouTube. And basically, you too. Because your reaction's all that mattered. Maybe I'll even come back into the restaurant a week later. Hey, Sarah, did something happen to you this week? Something kind of crazy happen to you this week? You think that meant something? I'm gonna make Mr. Beast look like nothing. I'm gonna make people kill each other for money. Naked in the mud. Wrestling. And I'm still gonna spin it as some sort of message out of the goodness of my heart. I just wish people would take care of each other. You see what happens when you let green take over? Sebastian Maniscalco. You see what happens when you let green take over? What the heck? You guys heard of this, Mr. Beast? You guys heard of this, Mr. Beast? What? You let green take over? I'm gonna make Mr. Beast look like a freaking saint. Yeah. So how's that $100 feel, Sarah? You just unlocked the Antichrist. Oh, man. Gosh, I hope I run into one of those fellows who's just giving out thousands smacarinos. I'm gonna love it. There's that one guy who's Canadian, and I will say I'm not immune to propaganda or whatever they say, because his videos do tear me up, and he always talks like he's talking to a kindergartner a little bit. Like I that seems rude of me to say. It's just he's very soft spoken, and I think he genuinely. I hope that he's doing it out of the goodness of his heart, and there is just a genuine care to help people, and it does just fund helping more people. I hope. It seems slightly less exploitative than a Mr. Beast, where Mr. Beast is like, do you want to live at the bottom of the ocean for 200 days? If you can do it, I'll give you $200,000 to live in a waking hell for almost 2/3 of a year. You know, and then whether he even does it or not, but it's like he still presents it that way to literal children on YouTube. Wow, this guy lived in a coffin underground for 10 days. But if he gets out too early, he wins nothing. And then, yeah, the video, the thumbnail is always just like Mr. Beast trying his gosh dang hardest to have a human emotion and just frozen in space and time. His spirit long since left his corpse. He's walking based on impulse. Basically the closest thing we have to a zombie. Okay, way too far. I'm going in on somebody for no reason. I've never met him before. But he's Satan. No, I'm kidding. I'm just being rude. I got a toot. I got a bit of a saucy little toot. I'm being a little saucy. For no reason. Why? Because I think it's funny. And one day, I hope to get to a point where someone can make fun of me. People already do. And I don't get paid for it. People make fun of me all the time. And I don't get paid jack diddly. Squat. Nothing. Zilch. Nada. I don't know. I was even gonna turn this into a bit of like, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm losing my mind. And I am a little bit. I am losing my mind a little bit. Not having Ben here to mellow me out is weird. My butt has gone numb ages ago, 20 minutes ago practically. I'm still afraid that this toilet seat is going to break because it's cheap. We bought it. It's cheap. I'm not blaming anyone else. We paid for it. We paid cheap. Paid cheap. And I'm looking at the time. First 9 minutes, I was like, dude, we're freaking flying. First 9 minutes, I was like, this might be the best podcast ever, and also I'm never going to run out of stuff to say. But I don't know. It's late. I keep recording these so late. Put the freaking hood back up. It's my safety zone. It's where I feel comfortable. It's where I feel like people can't judge me. It's where I feel like I've kind of created this safe space. It's late. I keep recording these way too late. Partially because, I did, in my defense, I did text Ben earlier this week and said, hey, buddy. Actually, I think I said, hey, big man. When are you freaking recording next? And I sent him a video of that, licking my lips. When are you freaking recording next? And he went, oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot again. I can't believe you could literally take me out back and pop 2 into my head, old Yeller style. Oh, I can't believe I freaking forgot again. You can literally take me out back. Just why stop at 2? Put 3 simple little shots, 3 simple little bullets into my brain, my prefrontal, and just take me out like old Yeller. I said, whoa. Pump the brakes on that one, Kimosabi. I can just do a solo episode again. Because if we're being honest, that's what the people want to see. Just kidding. My last episode, I think, got like 10 views. We're falling off. We fell off. Are we over? Remember? Oh, no, I'm not. That actually, I was... Why did anyone ever think it was funny? Did I say this? Did I ever say it's so Jover? What? That's like, that to me should be studied. The phrase, it's so Jover. It should be studied as like the perfect epitome of what millennials think is Gen Z and Gen Alpha humor. It's so Jover? Like in reference to Joe Biden's political campaign, I think. I heard someone say that the other day, and my spine, it was like an icy finger just trailed from tip to tip, head to tail, down my spine, tip to tail even, head to tail, each little. Why? Ew. It's so Jover. Is it Jover? I'm gonna gag. I don't get it. I don't understand. I never thought that was funny. If I ever said that, then you take me back out to old Yeller style. Okay? Oh my gosh, I hate it. I hate that. Hate it. And it's like it's not even like I'm like the boomer who's like, guys, why are the kids saying YOLO? What do you mean bae? She's my bae, FR. That's my bae. On fleek. This was all stuff from when I was growing up. And I had old people in my life go, what the hell? And I was that to an extent because, you know, I like to think I'm better than people. So I was self-referent, or I was self-aware when I was saying such things as YOLO. Swag. And so I don't think I'm coming to the Jover thing from a perspective of boomer. I don't genuinely think any young person said that. Anyone, I think, if I'm being, again, a little saucy, I bet Ben said it. I bet Ben said it and thought it was the kicks. He was like, this is awesome. This is really funny. Get it? Jover? Sorry, Ben, if you're watching. Honestly, I will say this. Take the sauciness. Go so saucy, we've come back around to Nona's family sauce. And it's better. It's good now. I'm so saucy, I'll say this. Ben was so plugged out of trends and so behind and what was actually funny, that now that he's actually removed himself from social media, it's actually, he's the best he's ever been, because he can't even be late to something he didn't know existed in the first place. Did it kind of turn it around? I think a little bit. I think that's the moment where you go over to Nona's house and you know, you want to try the sauce? You want to try the sauce? And you go, oh, of course, Nona, I would love to. You know, I love when you cook, Nona. And you know, she puts a little bit on a spoon. And you go, gosh, dang it! It's got a little kick to it. Little spice. I think that's what happened with me right there. I think I got so saucy, I turned it around into something good, but it was just a little spicier than you imagined. You know what I'm saying? My hair's nuts. Do you guys get what I'm saying? At all? With anything I've said over the past 34 minutes? Gosh, these seconds are just... It's like molasses on a frickin'... These seconds are ticking by like molasses on a Malamute ball sack in the middle of Antarctica. Too wordy. Too wordy. It's not funny if it's too wordy. It's gotta be snappy, man. Dang it. I was trying to make up something cool. And I know there is a saying about molasses. It's like a... My brain is moving like at the speed of molasses. What's a cold state? Minnesota? Like molasses in a Minnesota winter. No. I don't know, man. I don't know. But that's how the seconds are ticking by. It feels like. Feels like I'm coming up with bit after bit after bit of just gold. Just liquid gold. Just dripping. Just dripping out of my mouth onto this freaking mic, dude. Just dripping molten hot gold. It's coating the mic. And I'm sitting here and I feel like I'm... Well, I feel like I'm kind of... I feel like I'm kind of just, banging out nonstop liquid gold, as I previously mentioned. Man, I've had some poops that felt like molten gold, I'll tell you that. Doesn't feel like gold to me. Feels like magma. Molten magma. And, that's not all the time. Not all the time. But don't kid yourself if you think every poop you're doing is A1. No shot, dude. Maybe I have an issue. My wife thinks I have maybe a gluten thing. My wife thinks that maybe I have a bit of an issue with gluten, and she might be right. Which is the case a lot of the time, The question is, what am I going to do about it? She might be right, which is the case a lot of the time, but what am I going to do about it? What am I going to do about it? I could go to, what do they call it, a nutritionist? No. Naturopath? I mean, either, I guess. Nutritionist is like a real thing, and a naturopath is kind of also real. Just for them to go, oh, yeah, you got a thing with gluten. You shouldn't be eating so much gluten. Okay? And that's maybe my most boomer thing. Like, I know as I get older, right, you hear those stories of like, oh, Grandpa, they said you should stop eating red meat. And you go, well, I'm not going to do it. Okay, I guess. Do whatever you want. And if I go to a naturopath and like, you should stop eating gluten, I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. I love gluten, man. All the freaking best crap's in gluten. And I'm not trying to be like insensitive to people who actually can't eat gluten. I might have like a sensitivity. I don't think I have a real medical concern. If I did, of course I would stop. But it's just like, oh, I have like a not so great duty once in a while. So I'm going to stop eating bread. Come on, get real. I'm being for real. Get real. And I also think I have a thing with dairy. But again, to what extent? To what extent will I change my life? Oh, because I, once in a while have a liquid gold hot magma poop coming from my little downstairs, my beehole. I'm going to change how I live my life and how I eat. Yeah. I'm thinking call the friggin' doctor with a prescription of no way. Yeah. I'm thinking no way. Yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be a no. No. Not going to do it. I think the answer is no. Yeah, let me just check. The answer is, I think, yeah. The answer is going to be no. Read the shirt. I speak sarcasm as a second language. Come on. Wake the frick up, people. Wake the frick up. It's time for your morning coffee. Have another on me. And, it's good to drink coffee. It's good to have as much coffee as your body can handle. It's good to pump your body full of caffeine, taurine, all the things that stop your usual systems from functioning properly so you can do, well, really just so you can do. Right? So you can do whatever that looks like for you, whether it's produce, whether that's type numbers, whether that's, meeting, show up to meeting, lots of cool meeting, could have been email meeting, and, you drink more coffee, more caffeine, inhibit your body from giving you the symptoms or the signals that say that you're tired because you did not sleep last night, and then you can go and do. And produce, because your entire life is about what you can produce and what you can create. Not really create so much as produce. Create. Hey, we did a little focus group meeting, and the word create sort of has too much of a connotation of something of value. Create has a little bit too much of a sort of an inherent meaning of maybe some sort of artistic merit. So, yeah, I think the word we're really going to prefer for this project is produce, because we really kind of want to present the idea that nothing of value is kind of being really added, and kind of just all of your human value has kind of been dumbed down into what it is that you just both consume and also add to be consumed, right? Like everything is kind of, that kind of buzzword that we've heard so much is kind of the word content. And so as we can produce more content, and that can help you kind of consume more content, but also consume more product and then make content about the product so more people can consume. That's kind of what the focus group was saying. Some good, if you look for it. And sometimes it's really hard to look for it. Sometimes it feels like nothing good. It's just a headline every day. Oh, look, Judah's Bo Burnham posting again. Oh, Judah watched Inside too many times. Oh, Judah doesn't have an original thought in his freaking body. Wow. Wow. You're right. I do like Bo Burnham. Yeah, I said it. Guys, I'm kind of that crazy little in-between of a little thing we call cuspers. Yeah, I was born in 97, so I'm not quite a millennial, not quite Gen Z. And yeah, I actually kind of like Bo Burnham. And yeah, I don't really know what went down between him and Phoebe Bridgers. And yeah, I'm not super stoked on that. But I happen to think Inside was pretty good. Yeah. And I speak sarcasm as a second language. Okay, I need water again. It's like another 20 minutes and my brain is just like, you're done. You're done. You're done. You can't keep going. Take a break. Well, that Felonius? It's disgusting. Call back. Hello? Call me back. Please call me back. And call me Poopy. You don't know your diaper's full. I'm telling you there's something there. I'm telling you. Well, that Felonius is disgusting. Yeah, I think there's something there. I think if I had access to my phone, if my phone wasn't recording right now, I think I would be able to pull up the lyrics and actually kind of come up with something there, I think. Because I think you could, you talk about... Because the lyrics are like, you're insecure, don't know what for. You don't know your diaper's full. I don't know. I'd have to. It would take some time because you could talk about you're crying as a little baby, or you're full of freaking milk because you've been drinking milk all day, or formula. Shout out those formula babies. Honestly, too much hate to the formula crew. Too much hate to the formula crew. Newsflash. I was a formula baby for a little bit. I was lactose intolerant as a baby. I didn't take milk very well. So yeah, I made my mom go out and buy formula. Like this. Me as a freaking infant, freaking threatening to freaking deck my mom in the side of the head if she doesn't buy me formula. Oh, gosh, that actually hurt my arm. Oh, okay. I was actually, speaking of my body, being in pain and not. My brain went, why are you in pain, you piece of garbage? You should move your body more and more intentionally. I work such sedentary jobs and, you know, all this crap. And I was... Oh, sorry, but it never happens. I was considering doing an episode of me doing yoga, you know, set the tripod up a little bit far, put on a funny little workout outfit, don't take anything seriously, everything dripping in irony. But I didn't actualize that until it was too late. Like, literally, I was like, it's too late. It's too late in the night. Dracula's out to suck some blood. Freaking hair. That's what Dracula be doing, guys. Sorry to say. Dracula be out there sucking blood. Yeah. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And he wouldn't want me to anyway. He likes blood. Au naturel, baby. Oh, positive. Oh, negative. Don't invite that sucker in. And I don't use that term lightly. Yeah, it was way too late to do a yoga episode. I was like, honestly, that's half the reason I'm in the bathroom, because I don't want to disturb my wife. So I was like, you know what? When was the last time we did a freaking one in the B room? Just me, right? Sitting on the toilet. I don't even know if that's accurate to the video. I'm kind of doing my impression of my friend doing an impression of that video. I don't remember the last time I watched that video. I think I'm exaggerating. Like, it's like the Flanders effect in Flanders Fields. No, sorry. Ned Flanders, where it's just he becomes like a caricature of himself. And like, obviously this is not that at all, because I'm not one person becoming more and more extreme as TV shows seasons go on. In fact, what I'm doing is I'm kind of taking this impression that he does and kind of cranking it up. I'm sure he cranks it up because for an impression to be funny, there sort of needs to be a little bit of hyperbole, exaggeration. And so I think I'm exaggerating upon his exaggerated impression. That's what I'm saying, of the sitting on the toilet video. Sitting on the toilet. Sitting on the toilet. Sitting on the toilet. And for some reason, that video, I don't know if it's the same video. I don't think it is. Maybe it is. But that video in my mind, because of this same friend in the sitting on the toilet quoting, is also in my head with the video of where's the chapstick? And again, am I doing that justice, or am I doing an impression of my friend? What is real? What is genuine? Because even as I'm saying this, I know that there's a hint of irony, that this is kind of self-aware, and I'm doing this kind of for the bit. Nothing. Okay. Reset. Shove the mic in there. Just jam it in. Jam the mic into your mouth until you feel your jaw click. That'll reset you. Golly, won't it? And would you look at that? We're almost at 50 minutes here. Maybe more, maybe a little bit less. But that's what we call a success in the biz. That's what we call another successful episode without Benjamin Routley. Ew, I can see the spit on the mic. Without Benjamin Routley, although I, golly, would prefer to have him. Golly! Love that. One great thing the Southerners did, I think that's a Southerner thing, is saying golly, but turning it into two. distinct syllables. Golly! Good stuff, you guys. You guys get so many things wrong and stupid. But that's a good one. Sorry. Yeah, we made it. You know, we're pretty much at... Why does this have 2-minute difference? Did I have that much extra video? No! The video says 50 minutes, but the audio doesn't. And I'm going to go by the audio. I hate seeing a podcast with a 4 at the beginning, unless it's 4 freaking hours. Rogan! No, I just don't like it. It's like 40 minutes is for who? I think it should be 50 to an hour. 55 is probably prime. I think people see an hour and they get a little scared. I think 55 is good. I like an hour. I would even do more, but 55 is kind of like the sweet spot. Whenever though we're tired or like it's, you know, just a solo, I'm aiming for 50. I just want to see the 5 at the beginning, because then it feels like a real worth your time episode. 49 minutes is like, that's not even an episode of television. Like, what are we doing? I don't know. Maybe a little short episode of television, like freaking SpongeBob SquarePants. It's a rock. It's a rock. Where's my drink? My Diet Dr. Kelp? How am I supposed to enjoy this without my drink? Well, would you look at that? Ramblings on the toilet, sitting on the toilet for 50 minutes. And I think I did pretty good. I think I was like bouncing around a lot in a way that I find entertaining. Hopefully you do too. Share this with your friends. I know that comes across as a little bit empty and vacant of any real sentiment. But truly, Ben and I were so excited when our videos were like triple digits. And seeing our last episode have like 14 shouldn't make me as upset as it did. I was going to hit someone. No, it's just, you know, like it's genuinely exciting when people do find this and seem to enjoy it. And even like a single like on our video means a lot to us. So share this with your friends if you got this far, because it does mean a lot. We have a few people who will like share this on their Instagram story, and I genuinely am like, for me? Really? For us. That's what Ben says. He touches my... I go, for me? Really? And he goes, for us. And I go, yeah. Oh, Ben. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Share it. Tell people about it. Because we've been doing it for so fucking long. I like turning into Bilbo Baggins there a little bit.